I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
It's 420 somewhere!
And we're back. You know we're back.
Shit.
It's all three of us. We're in
Yeah.
the sack.
I'm
I don't know
feeling
how to rap.
Great.
I should leave this
It's
shit
okay.
to T.
Okay.
Guys,
You
what the-
good, Nick? Nick, that's the shit.
What do we get?
You.
Are
I
we
can
getting
rap.
sponsored on PBS Kids? What was that freaking beat, guys? What are we doing?
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. Wait, what? I mean, throw some funk on it.
Do you
That's
see
funny.
the color of my skin? I don't
Only-
believe funk exists in my culture.
Unless you
you
like
got it,
Justin
bro.
Timberlake
You
or something.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. FKJ.
Yeah.
That motherfucker got some
FKJ.
funk.
He does
know
a
what?
little bit of funk.
I take that back.
Yeah. Come on.
man. Eminem.
We
He's got a little
accept you.
funk in a
Adam
couple.
Levine.
Yeah,
Come
Adam
on.
Lev-
Is it Levine? Or, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it is.
The guy
It
with the
is.
fucked up tattoos.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Maroon 5
Maroon
guy.
5 fool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like him.
Maroon
He
5
cool.
dude.
Yeah, cool motherfucker.
To each
funny
their
as
own.
fuck.
But you know.
You know how
Right.
it goes.
Yeah.
Dude, but,
He's got some funk. I
now,
take it back.
all right, here, let's roll into this, guys. I've got we're back in it. We've got Angelique over there. Yeah, look at that.
Hi,
Smiling.
guys.
What's
We've
What's
got her
up?
on mic. Now you can
Hey,
hear her.
Yeah.
She has a mic.
And it
She-
sounds good.
Legit.
Sounds
That was
great.
nice.
That's because I actually make sure I'm talking into the right side of the mic.
Well, now we got you one of the upgraded ones too. That's the
Hey,
same
and
one
I got
that we
an
have.
upgraded one.
Yeah.
Upgraded position with an upgraded
We
mic.
had you on one of those bougie old microphones, like 6 inches away from Teano. It was
Yeah, it was
not the greatest
rough.
setup.
Shit was pretty rough. But
Yeah.
all right, aside from that, I've got my man Jaray over here back in the
I'm
studio.
back, y'all. I was
Back in
sick.
it. Yes.
Sick.
Dude, we were trying to call you.
Tuesday, G.
I knew. So I guess what was I right? When Nick tried to call you, you were asleep from what you were telling me, and you were just in a coma?
Ha! I wish a coma would have been a heaven sent. I would have took that coma all day long. See, Monday I got toe up. I was eating some food. I ain't gonna say where I was eating because I ain't got time for the shit. I was eating and then I got drunk.
What did you eat though? Just
We're curious. We're
Hasn't-
kind of curious.
is it
What-
giving it away if you tell me?
Don't.
I had some Chinese food, man. That's some good ass Chinese food, shawty.
called it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I had some
okay, so I wrote it on our podcast description for last episode. I wrote that you had some bad pad thie.
It
and that's why you
yo,
couldn't make it
and
to
it
the
was
studio.
literally I
What'd you have
I
though?
fucked up
Hold
though
it.
because look, the dude next to me, I went in and grabbed my food. The dude next to me
Yeah.
was complaining to how he felt like his chicken was old. So they were trying to do some situations with it. So I grabbed my
Damn.
food because I already placed my order, called it in, placed my
Might
order,
as well grab your
grabbed
shit.
my shit. I already paid for it, everything. I grabbed
Uh-huh.
my shit. And I go home, I eat, because I drink, I smoke, I do this. It's not nothing new.
We're out here
It's-
living.
I'm living life. I do this though.
Yeah.
You know, I make sure I take care of mine. But I was doing my thing and I was fine Monday. I was fine. I woke up Tuesday it was 3:30 in the morning, y'all. I woke up and my body was just sweating. And everybody
Oof.
know the moment that your body starts sweating and you get real hot, just go to the bathroom. That's all I did. Went to the bathroom. I sat down. Not to be all extra, but just know it came out of both ends. I was just out of there, bro, for like hours
Yeah.
though. It didn't stop until like 4 p.m.
It's a different kind of sweat too when that shit
it's a
hits you.
Very
You
different
know.
sweat. Yeah, you know, because you
It's
moment
cold
that
and hot at the same
Exactly.
time.
exactly you're
Your
cold
sheets
first.
are soaked.
Soaked,
Yeah.
bro. You're cold first, and then it wakes you
Yup.
up. Yeah, the heat wakes you up, and
Ugh.
you're like,
I had
"Fuck."
that shit once
Here
when I
comes
was a
the throw
kid,
up.
dude, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah,
I
and it
literally-
was, and it was just
you're
dry
going
heat.
up so much
It was just dry heat.
that you just lay down and you can't move. You
No.
don't even feel like moving. You're just feeling like complete shit because you're so dehydrated.
If
You can't keep nothing down.
If
Can't eat
nothing.
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 And it
Let me-
just
let me-
sucks.
Let me fix your microphone here really quick.
Dude, please do.
So you love talking into it straight up and down. I know that.
you know I
Not
do.
so much. You want your mic to be nice and erect, and straight up,
Hard.
right up in your face.
He do got that motherfucker
But,
up.
but here's the problem: when you do that and you're turning side to side, you're not talking into your microphone.
Dude, you're so right, bro.
I got you.
forgot.
This will take me 2
I forgot
seconds.
I even
Yeah,
said it like
get my
that,
bands
dude.
right. Get
I
my
just threw
bands
that shit
right.
up and I was like,
Help
let's do
Brody
this
out.
shit. Let's do it.
Help Brody out.
Hell yeah! And
And that's better.
Good looking out.
That's
Yo,
better.
there we go.
Good
See,
looking.
that
I can,
was
I
much
can
better.
hear it in my headset.
There we go.
Yo,
there it
there
is.
we go.
So now when you turn your head, you just swing it with
You
you.
just swing it with you.
Yo,
There it
I'm
is.
trying to get used to
It's
this whole
tough.
in the middle thing now,
Yeah.
because now we've got we got Jaray back in here. We've just started up the video. Here, let me introduce who we got. You know, we got
Yeah,
the hostess with the mostest, Nick and T over here. Just been doing our thing,
Nick,
yo. Now
man.
we've got video. We've got Jaray in here. We've got Angelica doing production. It's
Yes,
just
sir.
everything's kind of coming together. We're starting
Welcome
to
horns.
finally get the the ball rolling.
It's like a whole team full of people doing shit.
It's a whole community.
You can call
Look,
us like
it's
the
just
A team or-
It's the A team.
More
and
like
I'm
a
Mr. T.
We'll take the B team, but it's still a close second.
Yeah, hey, I'm
It's the-
cool with being a B
Call
team.
this the straight YMCA. It's a straight YMCA though.
B's
You
got
know
me through
how-
college.
That Y, see that shit is for the gay, but it is for the straight version. No disrespect to y'all. I don't want y'all mad at me, man. But people are
was,
who they are, and I'm very straight.
What-
so
what-
that's just
who
what
was
it
that
is.
that sang that song? They are like kind of a notoriously very androgynous group. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
damn it.
And I don't want y'all. I don't want
People-
a whole group of community mad at me, just mistakenly thinking I'm saying what I'm saying. It ain't like that.
Who plays the YMCA at a straight bar?
Right.
I don't
Just
know.
asking questions.
Just asking.
Let's be real here.
Cause you're gonna get talked bad about it, or you're
I've
gonna get
heard
kicked
it.
the fuck off the DJ.
I
That's
have
old
heard
school.
it at a gay bar.
Come on, but you
Just
definitely
saying.
not hearing it at no
You're not
straight,
hearing
just
it.
a party.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 2000s.
Right, you stupid. You fucking stupid.
But yo, Dre, you're wanting to come in here to tell us about something today,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
This-
hey, we're getting way too quick here.
Right,
What-
I was
oh,
just talking.
before
I was still
before-
worried about my damn sickness. I was trying to tell y'all I was off.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we'll finish up on that, and then we got to talk about what we're smoking here.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right. You're right.
well,
We
we're-
can't jump into the podcast without telling the
We
smoke.
The
passed-
only reason
will you
why I was
pass me
going to
that
finish what I was
ashtray?
saying, because
Yeah.
everybody
So
got
what we
those
got-
moments.
Will you pass me the ashtray?
Yeah, ashtray.
I got the weed over here.
Perfect.
Good.
Moral of the story is, I'm done drinking. Everybody got those times when they say they done drinking and they done doing some shit. I experienced my time that I'm done. I just can't. If that's what I got to go through to feel the good moment, to dodge the shit I was going through at the moment, the depression, it's not fucking worth it. I might as
No,
well
dude.
take it head on.
No,
Definitely
between
not.
food poisoning and being hungover, dude, I just can't even imagine.
That shit was so
Mhm.
bad, G. It
And
was
the-
bad.
And the hangover's worse because you're dehydrated from being
Come
sick.
on.
Yup.
And it just, yeah.
It didn't work. I mean,
No.
if I didn't have my wife, it was just over. I felt sorry for her. She was changing all my bags, my throw up bags and everything, wiping my forehead. She was just in there, but she's still at work though. You gotta realize she's
Yeah.
still at work.
Right.
So she
Mhm.
was.
I kind of wish you would put this place on blast so we can figure out what Chinese
You
place
son
is
of a
serving that
bitches.
Tyson chicken.
Man,
dude,
I'm
fucking
no,
still
I don't
in the
even
bag.
want-
Some
I
of
don't
those
know.
undercooked.
Some of
Man,
those 3 million
It's-
chickens that they kill.
It
and
ain't in
fucking
y'all's
threw
neighborhood,
away.
so I know you ain't gonna never really just fuck with it. So
Oh,
it's
no,
good.
dude.
You
It's
know?
that $3,
Yeah.
$1 scoop. No,
No.
$50, 50-cent scoop
Don't
place.
disrespect the scoop spots. I ain't
Yeah,
never
those are
got
my
sick off
favorite.
the dollar scoops.
No, those are
No.
the best, dude. But I mean, I've had my fair share, dude.
Have
I went
you?
to one scoop spot that I went to all the time, dude. And there was this one time, man, I'm digging in, bro, and I see a cockroach in my dude.
Ooh,
I literally
shit.
took that back, and I
Fuck.
was like, I was pissed, dude. I was like, hey,
Oh,
man, I know like
bitch.
that's cool in some other places. Like, but hey, man,
Right.
I'm not eating that. And
I
it was
ain't
very
eating that
racist, and
roach.
I
I
felt it
know.
was very bad to say. I know.
I know
But-
in Wuhan, this is considered a
Yeah,
spice.
This is
Right. I know this may be protein to some fucking body, but
this is something that's
Nah.
acceptable, but
Nah.
not me. So I got my refund. Every like 3 people in the line right there because I made a big scene. They just walk out of the line.
Hell yeah.
They're all
Right.
like, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna eat there."
That's-
No, I'm
that's
not
what-
there.
That is what that dude should have done who was complaining when you got your shit.
Come on.
He should have made a scene.
You
'cause
gotta make
then
a
should've
scene,
made a
dude.
fucking
At least
I
scene.
had, yeah.
But-
you might have had a feeling.
That was
Yeah.
my fault because I am aware of my surroundings and situations. He is complaining about his chicken being not done and old.
Yep.
I got some chicken.
Mm.
I was the idiot to go,
Yeah.
It's
Hold
just
up.
his.
It's just his.
Yeah.
That's just his
It had to
chicken.
have been just that
It's
one.
just his chicken.
Dre, you gotta remember, this is not a Popeyes. This is that one place. They
That
can't.
one place.
Popeyes,
Oh.
they make every chicken sandwich specially crafted. Here, they make those ones. They're all shitty.
Well, not necessarily. So it's a cultural thing too, where like they sort of like some of the people that run these Chinese restaurants and whatnot, a lot of them are like first or second generation.
Yep,
You ain't
So
lying.
like,
that's true.
if they
You
came
ain't
over
lying.
here from there, the culture is very different. We all know that. It's not racist to say
Not
that.
racist
Yeah,
to
not
say,
at
it's
all.
just
It's just a
cultural
different culture.
differences.
So
Yeah.
like if that is true, it
Mhm.
would make sense for some of that to carry over when they move here.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
there
This
are
is what I
legal
do.
standards and health
Yep.
codes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's ways to get around that.
Oh, of course. I mean, they're
And-
cooking
and
it how
for-
they would in their home country.
Yeah.
And you say health, we have these standards that people live by, but shit, in a lot of these countries, man, they'll go ahead and just eat a lizard while that motherfucker's still moving.
Yeah. Do you see him getting salmonella?
No,
No.
they
Do you
just
see him
as-
getting
they
E.
are
coli?
great.
Not at all.
They're fine.
Yeah, it's
But
usually
you-
from vegetables too.
Come
Yup.
on,
It's people picking vegetables with their shitty, shit-caked hands.
and not washing it correctly,
Yeah.
not thoroughly washing the
And
vegetable.
that's how
and
the
just smacking
coronavirus
that shit up.
happens.
But let me ask you this. I heard this on a podcast recently.
Yep.
Even if a vegetable had E. coli on
Uh-huh.
it, like if you knew it had E. coli
Yeah.
and you washed it completely, would you still eat that
No.
vegetable?
Because the E. coli
well, I
might be
wouldn't.
within the vegetable.
No, but they tell you to wash all your produce
Anyway,
because it might have stuff on it. My question is, if it
Ah.
had
If
stuff,
it had
on,
stuff
it
on it-
and you washed it, would you eat it?
would you eat it?
I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't know
don't
it
know.
had that
I
shit on
wouldn't.
So what's the difference?
Come on.
Yep.
I don't wash produce anymore.
Yep. That's a good point.
I do kind of. I'll give it a little
I
rinsey
wash my
poo.
shit up. I'll rinse it up just because my wife be on my helmet. You got to
Yeah.
realize my wife is a Virgo. She
Oh,
crazy.
Don't get me wrong. I
They
give it
crazy.
a little rinsey washy poo
Well,
in the
rinsey
sink,
wash, but not as.
but not like a.
Yeah,
I don't like put
motherfucker.
soap or anything on it. Some people have like fucking vegetable
Sorry,
soap
dude,
and
yeah.
shit.
I
I'm
don't
dead
dude.
serious.
They buy that shit, dude.
They'll
It's not
soak their
cheap.
fucking
It's not cheap.
vegetables in a sink with soap.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was watching a video. This fool was they told him to wash his chicken before he cooked it. That motherfucker was putting dish soap on it.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh, tell me he was
washing
bro.
his chicken for real.
He was he was at his jams going. He's like,
Oh my
"No, no,
god.
yeah, washing my chicken.
Oh,
Jesus.
Fucking whoa, man.
I want to meet him to
I
see
see
if he
probably
rinsed it off
tasted
and
like
ate
a
it.
good bit of Dawn.
So the weed,
Yes,
because we
moving
keep
on.
forgetting the weed.
Moving on to the
Moving
weed.
on.
No, we're
To
good.
the
We're good. That was a
marijuana.
perfect transition. Let's take a little peek see at this.
Oh my
So
God,
That's a
that
big
nug
ass
is so
nugget.
fucking
Now-
fat.
That's a nice
I
nug.
saved
is a
this
nice
for
nug.
a nice little presentation.
like your
there.
nugs.
God.
Oh, thank you, sir.
There you know.
Ignorant
We'll
as
take a
fuck.
closer peek, bud.
Can I smell your nug?
Let me smell your nugs, boy. I just channeled my inner Bill Clinton. Let me smell your nugs, boy.
Dude,
Hey, come here. I'm not gonna touch you. I just want to smell them.
bro, Bill Clinton's literally laughing off his rocker right now. Like, fuck it, I got a stunt double, literally, finally.
Oh, shit.
I would love to hang out with that dude for like a few hours. I think it'd be so great.
Shout out to you, Bill Clinton. If you ever want to come kick it on our podcast, invite.
Something tells me as a human being, he's
Facts.
a piece of shit, but I bet he's a lot of fun to hang
He'd
out with.
probably
He's
be super
definitely
funny.
like- He
Yeah.
a funny motherfucker.
At
I
least-
think he alright.
at
I
least
think
he'd be
he
alright.
alright.
Yeah,
I
he
think he'd
knows
be
some
alright.
shit too, so
Yeah.
you get him all drunk and stoned. I
Yeah.
bet he would tell you some crazy stuff.
Family Guy made him
crazy
seem
shit.
super funny, so I'd love to hang out with him.
Right?
He seems nice. I don't know. I see him. You hear all the shit the Clintons do, and I know he's not, but
He alright.
he seems
with me.
all right. Yeah.
He
Seems like his
alright.
wife's the one that's like killing
She the
everybody. And
I don't
Fuck
even-
it.
He was getting around.
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody had an issue within that relationship. Either her cat wasn't fire,
Yeah.
or they just wasn't jumping in the bedroom or something. But,
I don't really like spending time with her. She's got chubby ankles.
no,
Oh
no disrespect to the chubby ankles. Ray like them chubby ankles.
All right.
I like chubby ankles.
a fucking president, man. I deserve some better
I deserve some better treatment than you. Stupid.
Aside
as
from these
fuck.
chubby ankles, let's get back to our weed.
Stupid.
What do we got in our nugs here?
I'm gonna see if T can guess this one. So he did smell it on Tuesday,
I'm gonna
and
have to see.
I know he knows what it is. We want to see if he can remember.
I
it.
don't think he remembers. He smokes.
And if he can't remember it, can he guess what it is? So I'm gonna pass this over to T.
First of all, let me say that I'm high.
That's a nice,
Super high. I've gotten super high since then, since I've smelled the snug. So, if I can remember, we'll see.
oh, you need the ashtray.
If I can remember, it was lemon, right?
You're on the right track.
It was it has a lemony smell. It's frosty. It's got great
He
bud
knows what
density.
it is.
Let me
Look at this nigga.
let me give it a
Hyping this
squish.
shit up.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's perfect, Joe. Yeah. I wish you could see that. It literally doesn't even break, crumble. It's all nice and squishy.
You can knock a
Yeah,
motherfucker
that's
out
got to
with
be
that,
lemon
almost.
diesel, right?
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, I
Get this
remembered.
diesel.
I
You remembered.
remembered.
I'd have fucked up. I'd have said lemon haze.
Yeah.
It was when I picked that nug up,
I'd have
though.
said haze.
Obviously, I knew what it was because I bought it at the dispensary.
that's
But when
a
I
diesel.
picked it up and smelled it, I was like,
That's a
it
decent.
smells lemony, and
Yeah.
you can smell the diesel on it.
Oh, definitely. You can smell the diesel coming
That-
all
that
off it. It's not like,
motherfucker.
yeah, that wasn't.
Oh my.
That
That was an
diesel's
easy
got,
one.
That diesel's got such a distinct smell to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially from working at dispensaries for this time, dude. You know that diesel smell. It's got just a
Yeah.
And
dank smell to it.
It just leaves the good
Oh
little
yeah,
teeth on your
that
finger.
keef
Yeah,
right
that-
on your finger.
that's-
Oh
You can just
gosh.
suck your fingers
Beautiful.
after you just
Oh,
touch
beautiful.
your butt like that. You gotta suck your fingers.
You don't
You
just
better not
wipe it off.
disrespect. You better not
Come on
wipe
now.
that shit off.
Mm.
No.
You want to pass that around to Angelique? I'm gonna go give these people a little look see.
Yeah, give them a little peek of that bud there.
You
Take
gotta
a look
see
at
it.
my buds. They're cool guys.
Hold on, I'm about to spark this other thing right here.
Here, baby.
Yeah, I think that's got a little bit of that in there, right?
Roll
Is that what that
over.
one is? Yeah.
hmm And this is that, but this is also because I'm a shake man. Yeah, that's me.
A
I
shake
fucks
man,
with the
shake
bud,
man.
but I fuck with the shake too.
Roll some
boy.
fatigue.
I fuck it up, boy. I fuck with that shake, boy. That's my shit.
No, bro, you can never go wrong with some shake, dog.
Man.
I'm telling you, man, over at the dispenso, man, we got
hell
some great
no. Don't
shake,
you,
bro.
Don't you
shake
lie
that
to them
jar.
motherfuckers like that, T. Don't
What?
you lie. You can go wrong with some shake.
Oh, it's a
Man,
50-50
I bought
shot,
a
man.
motherfucking shake one time, fam, and it was half still.
But hey,
I had to
man,
take that shit
oh,
back.
dude. It is.
I
I
think
had to take that
certain,
shit back.
certain
Was-
dispensaries confuse shake with trim.
With trim. No,
This is-
they really
don't
do.
fuck with me.
Was
I
it
don't want a
golden-
bag
fuck with
full
me.
of
Was it
leaves.
golden
Leaves.
reds?
This isn't high school.
You stupid
It
as
was-
hell.
it was-
You
it
know
was-
where them motherfuckers is at, boy.
I know where they're at.
You know them
They were
old
shouting them
hood-ass
out one time. I ain't gonna
motherfuckers.
say it again.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, these
man. They be
motherfuckers.
bullshitting.
Dude, there's a couple places out there.
Yeah,
That just be
just-
bogus.
they be
I'm on
bogus.
shake, not trim.
looking at like, what is that, dude?
Yeah.
That looks like a leaf. Looks like
There's this
some
place
lettuce.
pretty close down here though that sells like shake from top shelf weed
Yeah.
for like $40 an ounce.
Oh my god.
And it's actually pretty good.
fire. It's probably fire.
Yeah, one of my friends he'll do that and then mix it with like a half ounce of some like good herb. Of course, he won't buy a whole ounce and do that because you're only legally allowed to have an ounce. So he'll only ever have an ounce on him at all times.
At all times.
Uh huh.
Only-
Because
all
that's the
times.
right thing.
Only- only
right
an
thing to
ounce?
do.
He
That's the only
waits
thing
until
to-
he gets that shake down to about a half ounce. Am I digging a hole? Anyway.
Nope, you fine.
No,
But-
but yeah, you just mix it up with some of the like top shelf stuff, and then it's just like
I've heard a lot of people
good
do
shake.
that, dude. I mean, a lot of people come to my dispensary and tell me they do that, and like that's just a smart way to like save weed.
especially if you roll up, it's already
Yeah.
ground.
It's already ground
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
And then plus, if you're an ounce buyer like me,
Oh,
I'm an
yeah.
ounce buyer.
Oh, Z
Yeah.
People
buyers.
look at
Same.
me, I don't buy blunts.
No.
I don't buy
Mm-mm.
apes.
Do you
want to
buy a pre-roll?
Right. Oh, fuck that. I gotta
Graham,
break
that'll
down.
be gone tomorrow.
I gotta break down and
Yep.
re-roll it because I can't smoke the fucker. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So come on, but I smoke a quarter in traffic. Shit.
Boy.
Two Chain said that shit the best. I sit in traffic and smoke a whole quarter to myself. Forgot where the fuck I was going. Where was I going? And then wound up at a chicken spot.
And then he got food poisoning.
And then got fucking food poisoning.
Oh,
And
dude.
that's what happened to Jaray.
My
God
life,
damn.
fucking right. That shit had me fucked up.
Yeah,
But
we were
dude-
talking about that last podcast. How much you smoke and how long does an ounce last you usually?
A week.
No
Like
judgments.
a week because it's my wife and I try to space it out because she said I smoke too much.
See,
But
That's not too
3
bad.
days.
you and I smoke about the same amount, I think, because I'm about like a week and a half to 2 weeks is
Yeah.
about how much an ounce will last me, but it's
Yeah.
mostly just
Same
me.
here.
Just me,
The
right?
only time I ever really am rolling up is when you guys are over or when I'm hanging out with the roommates, which is not
Right.
terribly often. So it's mostly just like my
Like,
own smoking.
Don't get it
Oh, yeah.
twisted.
Yeah.
That's because I'm trying to space myself. We could blow an ounce right now.
Oh,
Oh, dude, easily.
And
you guys
can't
want,
feel our
easily.
fucking face. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Easily.
And they be like, "Oh wow, no, because your weed ain't that." No, because my intake is a fucking amazing.
my tolerance is
My
insane.
tolerance is
It's
crazy.
Dude,
off the
sometimes
charts, dude.
okay. Here's another good question. We'll start with Angelica actually. How, in terms of edibles, How many milligrams does it take you to get like pretty stoned?
Oh man. Milligram. Fuck, man. When it comes to edibles,
I know it's kind of tough because the variability of it. Like you could take 100 or 400. Like, how much? Am I talking crazy with those numbers? How many milligrams are we talking?
I mean,
you're stoned. You don't really want to do anything. You got that crazy body high, and you're
I'd
just melted to the
probably
couch.
say at least over 50 milligrams.
50?
Yeah.
So 100, you'd be like, whoa.
I think at 100, I'd be normally where I'm at. Like, I'd be pretty good.
Okay.
Me want them
You wouldn't
500.
want to go
I need a
like
500 milligrams.
like 600.
I need a 500, 600 milligrams.
What would you do?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I don't think
Alright,
so.
Okay, so you're at about, we'll call it 150.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to call
yeah.
it 150 is kind of like the bar where you're like, eh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, Jaray.
500, 600 milligram, and I need about 2, 3. I eat about 2, 3 of the edibles. And
Yeah.
I'll be feeling right.
Of the
whatever it is.
5 or
The
600.
5, 6, yeah, it'd be
So you're
if it's,
talking-
the gummy or the
So you're talking like
chocolate.
1,500 at one sitting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Alright.
smoke. I just don't know what the dabbing shit is. Now that dabbing
No.
shit is different.
Oh.
That's
It's, well, it's
different.
hyper concentrated. It's like at 99% THC for one of those little tiny dabs, as opposed to 30% for the flower, you know?
Man,
Has to be
dabs.
coughing for 40 minutes.
Yeah, for real. And I don't do them anymore.
No.
I don't
no.
fuck
Can't
with
do
dabs
dabs anymore.
I don't even really
No.
hit the pens anymore, which is basically the same
Yep.
stuff.
Same
I don't do
shit.
either. I just stick with flour now. I
Yeah.
tell people that when I'm selling it to them, I'm like, dude, they like,
Okay,
hey man,
bro.
how's it taste? I'm like, bro, I've tasted it one time and I just don't taste it after that.
Just can't taste it
I
after
can't.
that. No. And then you'll be sitting over there and you'll be hitting it and you be hitting it and hitting it. And you think you ain't hitting it until your ass. And the next thing you know it, death.
Cross-eyed.
Yup.
Twice.
Yeah.
You
Yup.
died, saw yourself, but you were so high you came back into your body
Oh yeah.
high.
My homie Andrew's a perfect example.
No.
He's a dab fiend.
Oh,
This
yeah,
homie's the
dab
greatest.
king.
Dab king, dab connoisseur, if I may say. He gets the best dabs around.
Really?
Ash down.
Yup. Dude, let me tell you, this fool gave me a dab the other night, dude. I took it and I'm like, what, dude? That was like me breathing air. I didn't even feel like I got a hit, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
You ass started
whoa,
dying.
Room
dude,
starts
dropped.
spinning.
You're
Room
like,
just outta there.
oh, and it just
Your ass was
gone, bro. Just gone. And you like, that's the thing, man. Dabs will take you from 0 to 100
Too fast.
super quick. I'll
Too
leave that
fast.
flower just kind of, like a cloud that just kind of gradually eases me up.
Dab high is fuck your lady on the roof high in the white neighborhood after curfew
During a riot.
during the fucking
At
riot.
the height of COVID-19.
Come on,
During
No
a Trump
masks.
no
rally.
mask,
No
bearing
mask.
it.
Coughing like a motherfucker.
Oh,
Just
man.
put the
And
shingles
you
on top
sneezed.
of the roof so they're just fresh as fuck.
I've been humbled by a dab many times.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where my limits is at, and that's where the fuck it stays.
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
stays
So,
it.
so back to the edibles.
Yeah.
You're at about 1,500. Some people are going to hear that, Jaray, and not believe you. I believe you.
Bruh,
Because I
it's
know how much
different.
it takes. Okay, so Teano.
Yeah, so if we're talking edibles, I mean, like I sell these guys. So I do an incredible bar. Usually the chocolate. I probably do each one of them is 100 milligrams of THC. But there's one of them, my guys, that's a black cherry, and it is 100 milligrams of THC, then 100 milligrams of CBD. So let me drop some knowledge on you boys. So usually
CBD 's
your
a motherfucker.
cannabinoid receptors, when you're smoking weed, you're only going to trigger one because it's usually THC mostly and not much CBD in flower.
When you're
But if-
smoking it.
Yep. But if you do like an edible or a candy bar, it has that THC full effect and that CBD. So you get both cannabinoid receptors going off and you get the full high, dude. And so you're just literally sitting there just so relaxed, dude. That is the most I can do.
So
It's
you
one
like
of those bars.
The 1-to-1, 100 milligrams, 100 milligrams.
Yup. That would
Okay.
probably be, that's the high,
Damn,
dude.
dude. Y'all are lightweights. You two. Me and
dude.
Jaray need to hang
We're
out
gonna
and
have
eat,
a
y'all-
party.
eat
dude,
like
y'all-
fucking.
We're gonna fucking party.
So they have these things. They have Joey Diaz, famous comedian.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Saw him in Portland a couple years ago. The guy's a fucking animal. He's very, very funny. Has these things called the Stars of Death on his podcast.
The Stars of Death.
They're 800 milligrams for this little gummy star that's about like that big.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
Bro.
I want one.
I want one.
I
Huh.
want like 3.
How do
I
you get
want
that?
one.
Where do you even find that
You gotta
at?
have
You gotta have a Connect.
medical card first and foremost.
Which I'm getting.
And then
Which I'm getting.
yeah, there you go.
Which I'm getting.
So, well, no, medical marijuana. It does that. I'll ask you about that in a minute. But anyway,
I
you
got
gotta.
you.
So, once you have your medical marijuana card, at the dispensaries they have a recreational side, the medical side.
Mhm.
Exactly.
The medical side, the edibles are way stronger.
Way stronger.
Yeah.
Everything's
Much
greater
stronger.
on the medical side.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the medical
everything.
side, you can walk out with a pound.
Yeah,
It's cheaper too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get 2 ounces for the price
Much
of one on the
cheaper.
medical
Right.
side.
Yep. I had a medical badge for 4 years.
Good minute, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
freaking
nice
ever
good
since I was
times.
18.
It
Okay,
was
so
some good time.
my question with that, when you work at a dispensary, when you get that
Neat my
med
shit.
badge, is that also a medical marijuana card so you could go to a medical side of a dispensary?
No,
I didn't
have,
think so.
I have to get a separate badge from
Oh,
the one I
separate
have
badge.
right now.
I thought so.
Yep.
I just wanted
Costs
to.
more.
I mean,
Yeah,
Costs
but
way
it's a
more.
different process too. I was
Yeah.
kind of looking into the application for the med badge because your boy also might be working at a dispensary.
Come
might
on.
be all three of us.
Come on.
Slanging that weed.
Slanging weed legally.
So
we're about to go get my boys done right after this.
we'll be looking
on.
into that. But yeah,
Yeah, so basically, let me explain that, guys. So med it comes in many different forms. The medical thing that I had is there's EP and there's EPC, I think is what they call it. Don't quote me, but there's 2 of them. So there's one where you can go walk out with 2 ounces, as compared to recreational, you can only walk out with 1 ounce.
oh okay,
Yeah.
And then there's the EPC, I believe is the name of it. Sure, somebody will tell us. It's you can walk out with a whole pound. And
God, my black ass.
I've watched somebody walk out with the whole pound. It's
ass.
like the whole
You gotta
bag,
realize,
dude.
I'm not straight. My fucking back is crooked.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
back is
sure.
crooked.
Yeah.
Yep. If you have and the way you get this, guys, let me explain. So you go to let me shout out Cohen Medical Center. Great place to go here
Shout
in
out.
Denver.
They nice.
Yeah.
Yep, really nice. They do it really well. You should go there. Basically, you can go to any of these medical centers, and they'll go ahead and speak to your doctor, explain what's happening, and you'll tell them, be like, hey man, I my back hurts or something.
Yeah,
You might
do
show some
yourself
medical paper.
Do yourself a favor before you go down there. Look up what is an allowable condition for medical
Yeah.
marijuana in Colorado, because
Yeah.
there are certain things that they won't allow you to. I mean, you can't just say like, "Oh, I have depression."
Mhm.
That's not something that they'll subscribe to.
You,
That might
no,
actually
no,
be in
they-
there now.
you
But
feel-
I know PTSD is in there. I know
you
like
have to have proof.
back pain.
Mhm.
You
gotta have
have to
proof.
have a doctor's note
Yep.
essentially
Got to.
diagnosing you with whatever you're
Whatever
going
you
through.
had.
But if if you do actually have an issue that relates to something like that, look ahead of time, figure out what it is, and go see one of these doctors that prescribes medical cards. Oftentimes you can actually get into a general practitioner at some of those places where
Right.
they'll actually diagnose you as well.
Facts.
Because for certain people, myself included, I don't have health insurance. So for me to
Mhm.
go to a doctor and get I've talked about it on the podcast many times. I have PTSD a little bit from the shit that happened back in December,
Right.
breaking up
Yep.
that fight.
That fight too is
Terrible
talking about
nightmares, waking up like
Yep.
screaming, scared, fighting, punching the air, like
punching air, right?
crazy stuff that I've never dealt with
Yep.
before. And I did finally like go see somebody, but it cost a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of, and I put it
Which
off
is
for
bogus.
a long time because I couldn't afford it.
Yep.
And then once I finally did save up enough money to be able to go see a doctor, I got it done, and like, thankfully, got that diagnosis
Yep.
and all that shit out of the way, so I could go do it. But it's like I see where people are like.
Mhm.
So here's my dad's point of view. He's like,
I'm explaining why I just fist bumped you in a second.
Okay.
Keep going.
So my dad's point of view on medical marijuana is that all of these people are coming up with excuses to smoke weed.
Right.
If it actually is beneficial for people that are in pain, which I believe it is, and I
It's
believe
very-
they've done studies that can prove that it is, and especially for people that have cancer and glaucoma and
Right.
a laundry list of things
The
that's
whole
been
whole
very,
nine.
very beneficial for. And they haven't done a lot of federal studies on it, so they can't prove the efficacy of certain things for certain
Right.
ailments and whatnot.
Exactly.
But they have done small studies on some of this stuff, and some of those small studies are very, very encouraging.
Right.
Mhm.
So because it's federally illegal, they can't do double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that are funded by the federal government and make sure that it's all above board with the FDA. It's very difficult.
Right.
So you kind of have to piecemeal it. And for, again, someone like me who couldn't go to a doctor before, but could go to one of these dispensaries where they will diagnose you. They will, or sorry, one of these medical clinics where they will diagnose you and they will
Yep.
get you set up with your prescription for medical marijuana, and it will help you.
Right.
Exactly.
That is a better avenue than going through the healthcare system. I can tell you that right now, just from personal experience.
Right.
There's
Definitely.
usually a flat rate with those places.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
they want you to be able to get that because honestly, they want your business. And that is
Hands
kind
down.
of a
Right.
money makes things dirty
Mhm.
side of the business for
Yep.
sure.
Mhm.
But if it's benefiting you and that's taxed and it's going to like the fucking Colorado's psyched about selling weed, man. I don't know
We
if you
are.
noticed when the pandemic
Shit,
happened, they
it's
didn't shut
amazing.
it down because
Oh,
that
they-
tax revenue is
Oh,
fantastic.
it's
Fantastic.
big money stacks. That's
It's a-
$100 every
They
sign
didn't even
up.
consider
And-
shutting that shit
And
down.
it's also a legitimate medical, like it's a legitimate prescription for
Come on.
certain things.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
So my advice to you, if you haven't been diagnosed with something like that, is definitely research it a little bit first.
right.
I've been looking into it myself.
Right.
I was actually advised by the. I've been seeing a therapist. Why hide it? I'm fucking crazy anyway, so it
Right.
wasn't a bad idea before that shit.
Right. Right. Right.
man.
Right.
But you know, like when all that shit happened, like I needed to go fucking.
Need to go.
Needed to go
Yeah,
see
dude.
somebody 'cause it was
A lot
crazy.
happened in this life, dude.
It's
The
wild.
world's crazy, dude. The world's
Yeah.
wild, bro.
But
You ain't lying.
yeah, just to wrap that up, if you are wanting to get your medical card, definitely do a little bit of research on
Please.
what some of the acceptable I don't even know what you call that. Acceptable
And
diagnoses.
plus,
Yeah,
and when you
diagnosis,
do get your medical card and do that shit, just know you gotta. I'm see how I put this. You gotta kind of stay on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? People lie. People lie and say this is why I'm this. This is the reason why I'm that. But
Yep.
then you gotta realize that you fucking up. All this
Oh,
shit come
definitely.
back.
Yep.
All of this case comes back
Yep.
to get you.
Prove it.
It's all
Prove
on
it.
record. It's all documented.
And even if you have it for this split amount of time, you got to keep getting it renewed.
Mhm.
You got to keep getting fresh
every year.
doctors things. You got to keep getting fresh shit. So
Every year.
it's not worth the hassle and the lie.
For me,
Yep.
I just go recreational because it's easy enough for me to get. Frankly, I don't like doing edibles to the point where I'm
I don't really fuck with edibles
that
either.
fucked
Yeah.
up all the time. Like I don't
Yeah.
It
like
gets me high. Don't. When I say I can do what I can intake, don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. I'm not saying I walked up and was just.
oh,
Yeah.
No,
Why else
I
would
was
you do it?
fucked.
You're
I was
trying to get
fucked.
you want to get high.
Exactly.
And
Oh,
I don't
easily.
like I don't like being like that very often.
Yeah.
so I'll do
Neither.
it on an off day when I got
Neither.
nothing
Yeah,
to
I
do
wanna
for
be
a couple days.
Super
you know?
stoned,
on.
dude.
I'm off for a whole weekend. I'm jigging. We chilling. Cool. Let's get high as shit. But
Yeah.
normal day shit? No, I
Nah,
can't.
dude.
yeah.
That's,
I can't
what,
be
that's what I'm
that
saying,
high.
guys. You just
So
don't want to
then
be that high.
Did I put a number on it? I'd say probably about 800. 800 is about the most I've ever taken, and I was nice and high.
Okay.
Damn, man. You
About
guys
800.
gonna take a
Yeah.
shit ton, man. I can't
But
do
don't get it twisted, bro. When I was working, I ain't gonna lie. Now I ain't working at Olive Garden. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah.
I honestly don't. It's high as a fucking kite.
Everybody
oh,
was,
yo,
dude.
Everybody
As a
was high as a
kite.
kite, bro.
Hey,
Everybody.
Gee, like
if you don't know, your
everybody.
staff is stoned in Colorado.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
super
pissed.
stunned.
because they're gone. I was zooted.
That's why they don't do drug
But-
tests on a lot of jobs here. Because if
but-
they did, their whole staff, there wouldn't be
They-
anybody working there.
The restaurant industry, if
the-
they did drug tests, it would not exist.
Everybody
they-
would walk out. They're like, "Hey, we're doing drug tests, guys. Starting next week."
But a lot of jobs
Everybody
shit
walks out
on
and just
the drugs
fuck
and the
it.
weed stuff.
We're
Yeah,
done here.
a lot of people can't smoke weed and do their job.
True.
They
Oh
can't.
yeah, they
A
can't.
lot of people
A lot
cannot.
of can't.
You know
a lot
what?
of people cannot.
I can't. I can't function at the
Mm-hmm.
level to what I know I'm capable of functioning. So I actually don't smoke weed during the work
Right.
segment, however long it is, 8
Right.
to fucking 12
8 to
hours,
12.
whatever
no,
it is.
No, I don't smoke
I'm
weed
not
within
smoking in that time at
that
all.
time.
A couple hours before work, I might take a hit or two, but I
Exactly.
can't get baked and go into work. I'm tired for the first couple hours. I'm
Yup.
lethargic. I'm not thinking straight.
Yeah, I can't.
And then
do
I
that.
get that second wind about 3
Hey.
hours in, and you're fine after that usually.
Uh-huh.
But dude, I've seen people like they get like super
I can't
testy
get
coming down
super
on it
baked.
They
too.
do.
Yeah,
Me,
dude.
I feel like
Yup.
my normal
get
mind is
super.
creative. I'm fine. I'm Gucci. I like my normal mind. I do
Yup.
like my mind when I'm not high, when I'm not. But for some reason, when I am high, my mind is great and my patience is great. People got to
Yup.
realize
Yeah.
I am a bull. I'm a tourist. The way I done come up, my livings, I am angry a lot. I
Yeah.
am angry a lot.
I get that
You
sentiment
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
I'm so angry, you know. So a lot of times I smoke and I sit back and I'm Gucci. And being at the OG for so long and dealing with all that shit and their rule changes and them messing with shit,
Crazy shit
I
all
had
the time.
to, man, because There was days I didn't come high, and everybody in that motherfucker was, what's wrong? What's wrong? You look
It is.
mad. What's
It
wrong?
is, dude.
Nothing.
Yeah, people was
Nothing.
You know what
trampling
it is,
all
man?
over you, dude.
We were talking about like people that are kind of idiots last
Yup.
podcast, and not to say that any of us in this room are geniuses,
Right.
but I think
No.
all four of us are pretty smart.
Exactly.
We work
Definitely.
hard, and we
Yup.
understand when people are fucking with you and
Yup.
putting things off on you and making
Facts.
your job more difficult.
Facts.
And when you work at a place like Olive Garden, that's almost the entire staff.
Yup.
Notice, I don't
Yeah.
talk to anybody else really other than Robert and Gabby. I love you very
I
much.
love y'all so much.
That's
Shout out
that's
to
a
Robert and
different
Gabby.
story. But other than that, like I don't really talk to anybody from that place
And Jamel.
because
I miss my boy Jamel.
oh, dude, yeah,
Kale.
there's a ton of people there that were very cool.
Handful. Hands
Most
full.
of them, honestly, I take it back.
A
Most of them were pretty
handful.
cool, but there was a few people there that would make your job so
Fucking
much
hard.
harder than it
hard.
needed to be. And at that point, it was just like, yeah, you get mad because there's nothing you can do about it. You'll let
Nothing.
management know what's going on, but
Huh,
they
they give
can't
a fuck?
care about it because they can't fire this person because they're constantly hiring anyway.
Yup.
They can't keep staff.
Can't keep
Olive Garden
training.
is always hiring.
Always. Because
Yup.
it's and okay. Yeah. If you kids, you youngins, monkey.
Anything. The
Anything.
monkey with the dish
Go
pit.
ahead.
Dude,
You can walk up in there. Get you a gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds disrespectful. If I don't care. I can have my opinion. It's my
It's also
opinion.
true,
This
man.
is
Like
facts.
the restaurant industry just kind of is the way it is, and
Yup.
that business specifically because they sell shit for so cheap,
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
they have to pay their workers almost nothing, and you're basically trying to make tips as a server,
As a
especially
server.
like
Yup.
And we were grinding.
grinding,
Grinding.
and
And you get no appreciation.
tables,
Done.
tables,
But
tables,
no
tables, tables.
appreciation.
No.
It'd be on get a good popping at people. Mother's Day, popping, getting it in, going down.
Yup.
Cookies, Walmart sandwiches, cold cuts. That's what we got. That's what we deserve. That's what we got was cookies and shit we can buy.
Yeah.
With our tip money.
I brought
Easily.
better food for lunch today,
Come on.
Yup.
and this is supposed to be a treat.
Motherfucking wife's
Yup.
monkey bread sitting right there. It's 10 times
Oh,
better than
dude.
anything they brought us.
I've been looking forward to it.
Yup. That
On this
monkey bread's
fire.
gonna
Shout out to
slap.
my
can't
baby.
wait.
That
It'll be
monkey
fire.
bread
But
is
honestly,
oh my
guys, like,
God.
Yeah, we need to get into some current events here.
on
don't we?
that topic too, current
Right?
events. We need to talk about like restaurants, honestly, because all that's just changed. All that's a different thing now.
It's
you know?
definitely not the same.
It's not the same, man. That's
Definitely.
crazy.
All right, let's get into it. We'll do a little current event.
Let's get some current events.
Let's jump right into those.
Earth, baby.
It's time now for current events.
Hey, and I didn't talk over this one.
Yeah,
You
you
did.
You just did.
You just did.
As
Saying
you-
you
I
didn't
was-
talk on it, you talked on
no,
it.
dude, it was at the end of the explosion.
It was
at the end
not.
of the explosion.
It was not. Why you gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Do you hear that sound in your headphones? That's the drop. That's when you don't talk.
God damn it, man. Fucking blew it. I fucking blew it
I love
again.
you so much, Teano.
Him
Oh,
getting
but-
that shit is like getting Braxton Tiller's down. That shit that he did. That's down. You know, I was like a challenge, motherfucker, and I still can't do it. I still can't get it. The
All right.
timing is weird.
So what do we want to
What's the
start with
current
for
event?
current events today?
All right, what do we got? Shoot, go ahead. We're gonna have Angelica go ahead and fire him up, yo. She'll go ahead and start introducing the topic.
Did we get them all over to you?
Yep,
Okay.
I went ahead and sent her.
Yeah, Tiano sent them over.
Okay,
You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yep,
guys
yep.
sound great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Smooth microphone.
All right. So I don't know, guys. Do you want something serious first or funny first?
Let's start serious and end fun. How's
All
that
right.
sound?
It's serious, but it's a good thing for, common sense people. Supreme Court blocks Trump from ending DACA.
DECA.
Okay,
No,
so
it's DACA.
Is it DACA?
It's DACA.
explain
Nice.
DACA
I
to
would
me.
know.
Ay, ay, ay.
Explain
Right,
exactly
explain
what
that to me.
DACA is to me, because I'm not 100%
Okay,
familiar with this.
so I'm gonna have to look up real fast, like, what is DACA? Give me 1 second.
Okay,
Let
that's
me
interesting
see.
too,
Hmm.
because he just appointed one of those Supreme Court justices. Who is it? There was this big sexual scandal and all this stuff. I can't even remember now.
Wait,
What the hell?
dude.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay,
Too
guys.
I'm
So
gonna have to look the shit
I'm
up.
going
not
to
gonna fucking lie
read
you.
what Wikipedia says, okay?
Okay.
So DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It is a United States immigration policy that allows some individuals with unlawful presence in the United States after being brought to the country as children to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and become eligible for a work permit in the U.S.
Okay, so basically the idea being that if you come here illegally and have children here, they're not going to deport you because your child is an American citizen. That is correct, right?
So
They
basically,
killed
That was
this shit.
that's the bro science version of it.
so basically, what
Kill
it's
me with
saying
that
is
shit.
is if your parents were immigrants and they brought you over here as a child,
They get a 2-year deferment.
you as the child, you can't be deported.
Right.
Your parents can,
Right.
but
Yep.
because you're a child, you have no choice in this. So
Right.
you can't be punished for your parents bringing you over here illegally.
Which would also be like your parents can't be taken back. So I think that
your parents can
that's
definitely be.
saying, well, yeah, they can be, but by having a child here, it opens avenues for you to have a 2-year deferment period, and it makes you eligible for a work permit.
I actually
right?
have a
Uh-huh.
really close friend that was trying to do things like go to school because of DACA, and when Trump tried ending DACA and like cut off a lot of the things that DACA was doing,
Right.
like it affected my friend like a lot. Like I know someone personally close to me that this type of thing is a big deal.
That's
Right.
why I hate this
Mhm.
shit. Because who is they to say who is fucking legal, who's illegal?
But
Who the fuck is they to say?
read the article a little bit, it says that the Supreme Court on Thursday blocked the Trump administration's attempt to end DACA, which was an Obama-era program that protects hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought to the U.S. as children from deportation.
Okay, so
Yep.
essentially
Yeah.
the Supreme Court deemed that DACA is constitutional and that it will be upheld as a law in the United States. And
Uh-huh.
until there's a turnover in the Supreme Court, that's pretty major.
And none of them see that happening.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty old.
That's not gonna happen in
Fuck.
a long time,
You know, it
guys.
doesn't
I'm gonna
take
be
much.
honest.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in a Supreme Court justice position is already pretty old because they, it takes a while to gain a good perspective on the
Yep.
world. I think we all kind of agree with that.
Exactly.
That's what our
Yep.
founding
Exactly.
fathers thought.
We still don't even understand this shit.
So you get that position for life too.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, it's just until you die or can't do it anymore, which for a lot of them, they're pretty old.
They're pretty
They're
old.
super
If you look
old.
at the picture of the Supreme Court right
Some
now, it
motherfuckers
looks
is-
like our
Dude,
founding fathers.
Some motherfuckers is in there looking like-
Fun, their caskets are being carved right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that, but
So yeah, they're gonna keep that law in place,
Say
and
what
that
I
will
want.
make
Fuck that.
parents of children who were born here by illegal immigrants. It will make those parents eligible
so
for a work
I
permit.
don't think it's children that were born here. It was children that were
was brought
brought
here.
with their parents.
They were born somewhere else.
Because
they
if
were
you
brought
were
here.
born here, you are an American citizen, whether your parents are illegal or not. You were born on American soil, so you are an American citizen.
Right, but
This is for children who were born
Kept right
in
over.
Mexico and they came to America with their parents illegally. So they are also considered not a citizen of the United States
Oh,
because
Okay.
they
gosh,
were born in
okay.
Mexico.
so,
so
your
it's
parents could
chil-
still be deported.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but you.
Why would you want to stay?
I,
What's funny, Nick,
Situations.
is that's what's been going on. A lot of the times, ICE gets their parents while the children are at school. That's
Come
what's
on.
been going on.
Yeah, but they're like,
Come on.
The
okay, there is
kid
also
is
there's also
usually-
like there's a basic understanding throughout the world that we do have borders, and there is like a proper process for people coming here.
Right.
I will recognize for sure that the Trump administration and administrations previous have made that very difficult for people to do.
Yeah.
But if you knowingly come here illegally and there's a law in place that just allows you to leave your child here and go back, it's like leaving your kid at a fire station and going back to Mexico. It's kind of fucked up.
I think, to be honest, probably some people probably do that because, it's America. They're better off
They're better off
America
here for sure
than
than in a
being in
lot of those
Mexico.
those
Their situations.
situations.
yeah.
But think about the trauma involved with
In
your
Oh,
their
no,
child.
child.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
a lot of people don't
Gosh,
think of the
shout
child.
out.
That's got to be a very difficult
People gotta-
decision to make as a parent too.
Yeah.
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 I'm not on
Yeah.
either. I'm
Yeah.
probably leaning more to the
Just-
side if they should be able to do that, frankly. But it's complicated, man.
Yeah,
There's
it's a
a lot to this.
complicated
complex.
situation.
It's complex, man. And you
But
know,
it all-
it's unfolding, and we're seeing it unfold right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing the ramifications of
And
that.
Just depends
for
on
the
the person,
fucking-
man.
Just like reckless Trump administration. It's so crazy the way they do this shit. They
Uh-huh.
do away with these programs completely without
Yep.
replacing it with anything.
Without anything,
Like,
they
oh,
just,
this is an Obama
nope,
law.
drop it off.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of that
Well, what are
shit.
you going to do to? Because we all agreed that we
Fuck it.
needed this in place.
And-
So what are you going to do to replace
Well,
it?
he doesn't want it in
We'll
place.
figure it out.
We'll
It's going to be
figure
great.
it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't want him. He doesn't want people coming here at all, which I
Exactly.
think is fucking
Exactly.
insane.
Yeah, and that's the whole problem we're facing here,
Yeah.
guys. Is that honestly, there's nothing to
But
support
his
that, and
bitch
it's
ain't
all
from
just
here. Excuse my
crumbling down on
language.
him.
I don't never call women out their names, but when it comes with a motherfucker like that, she a bitch. Cause you fucking with a motherfucker like that.
Melania.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
She's
Melania.
so hot
Yep.
though.
I don't
Yeah.
care. She ugly as fuck. She ugly
Can't
as
you
fuck.
just look
Nope.
past her black soul for like 20
Nope.
minutes and then
Nope.
kick her out of her
Cause she on
place?
top of a carrot.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
She
you're
probably
right.
is like a succubus. She takes your soul
Why she want to act like she don't
through
want
your
to
dick.
touch
Well-
his hand because he grabbed cat. Bitch, you knew you was grabbing cat with him.
Yeah. Sure, she's got a documentary
He
coming,
was grabbing
documentary
Cat
coming out
Whittle.
soon. She's got one. But here, crank us up another story. I want that funny one. Give me that
Where's
funny
the-
one that I
Well,
gave you.
there
You s-
was the funny one, but then there's another one about the celebrity, that everybody grew up with for
give
the
me
most
give
part.
me the one about the meth.
Okay,
I'm weak.
I'll start with that one.
Fuck, that took a turn.
Meth?
That took
So
a turn.
Okay.
you guys know, what the fuck was the show called?
That's so Raven.
No, Honey Boo Boo.
Oh
You guys
shit.
remember the show? Honey Boo Boo? So
Yes.
you guys remember?
Sorry, we were talking about That's So Raven before the podcast. Anyway, continue.
wait.
So
Right.
you guys remember how the Mama June, lost a shit ton of weight and stuff like that?
She was smoking meth, wasn't
so
she?
the article is titled as Mama June admits to $2,500, so $2,500 a day meth habit.
She was on the meth diet. She was on the meth diet.
Dude, meth is cheap. Meth
She
is
was
cheap.
on it, bro.
$2,500
She
a
was
day.
on it.
bro.
How she not dead?
So that's why she got so skinny.
100
How's she
vials of
not
acid,
dead?
$2,500 fucking dollars worth of meth in a day. Hey, I will catch you guys
I'll
later.
catch you later.
I'm gonna go build a cabin in Alaska and fucking
I
disappear.
swear. And just be there.
I'm telling you,
Jesus.
Fuck.
dude. How do you what like?
How can you
Maybe she was
how
buying
do you-
that.
How are you even still living?
She was probably buying
Who's-
that blue Breaking Bad meth.
Yo,
The, like super
yo,
that
yo.
kirky
That
that
kirky
kirky
Oh,
crank, baby.
that's- that
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 up there
crumbly.
shit.
Fuck. Okay,
Fucking-
so she lost a shit ton of weight. Does it say anything else there about?
So it was just saying that it says things got really bad for Mama June. Shannon, the reality star, admitted Shannon and her boyfriend were doing quite a bit of methamphetamine, and the habit got expensive. She said
Oh my
during a
gosh.
reunion with her daughter Lauren Shannon for a recent episode of the WeTV series Mama June Family Crisis.
Oh Jesus.
She said that it was a
Oh,
couple
fucking
ounces. It was a couple ounces a day. Our habit was
Oh,
2,500.
Okay, so it is her and her husband.
Yes.
it's
Yes.
two.
That's a little
Half.
better.
That's
That's
a
a
little.
little
That's
Because
the
they're
yup.
not saying how much his ass is on.
$12.50 a day in
Dude,
meth, though.
Dude, guys,
come on, bro.
guys, come on. Like, let's be
Anything
honest.
With 4 digits in it
You
regarding
on
meth, you're fucking
You're
up.
fucked up.
Oh yeah, you're
fucked up.
gone. Oh my god.
No wonder she lost 200 pounds in like 3 months.
Sweet Jesus.
She was staying up every day, not eating anything.
Oh.
couldn't
Yo,
eat
you
shit.
guys, so I was reading more of the article, and it was saying like where this mom became popular and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It was saying how Toddlers and Tiaras, the show, ran from 2012 until it was canceled in 2014 amid reports that Shannon, the mom that has the meth habit, was dating a registered sex offender. Something
yeah.
something
Oh
she
my
has denied
gosh.
at the time. Shannon later admitted to having been in that man's company and said one of Honey Boo Boo's sisters had been fathered by another convicted sex offender.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, if
Right.
you're wanting to, like, be a predator of children. You marry somebody who's around a bunch of small children that are all dolled up.
Yeah,
that look like
exactly.
an adult.
It's
Weird
fucking
as
crazy,
fuck.
nasty
That
situation.
shit is so fucked up to me that they like put fake teeth on these little girls
Oh,
and like
come on.
dress
Yo,
them
that shit
in
is
these like kind of
insane they do.
scandalous
That's fucked
adult
up.
outfits, sort
It's
of.
just a
Oh, they are,
disgusting.
for
What the
sure.
fuck is
6
this?
years old.
The
6
fuck
years
is this?
old.
I used to watch that show
yeah.
kind of because like it's an interesting
What
like
is this?
thing, but like when you really sit there and you watch the things that these moms do to their daughters, you're just like, this is fucked
is fucking
up.
stupid.
It's an exploration in insanity.
Yup.
Because these ladies, for the most part, are
They're
like
living through their
trying.
daughters.
I was just gonna say they're living vicariously through their daughters.
Yeah.
Because they always wanted to
Mhm.
be
To
the
do
pretty
this
pageant
shit.
Yup.
girl and all this
Come
shit.
on.
And
Yup.
Mama June's 400 pounds. She was never gonna. I'm not being disrespectful to the big ladies,
Facts.
but there
That
is
It's just facts.
there is sort of like a standard that they set out for what beauty is and all that
They
stuff.
do.
And
Exactly.
I'll hear that
in
argument,
that area.
but that point being like
But that just
Mama
is
June
what
was
it
not
is.
going to be a model, and frankly, her daughter. I mean, Honey Boo Boo's not doing so great. I think all that fame at a young age, like I think it
Come
fucked her up as a little kid,
Yeah.
It
and she
definitely
was
did.
this
Yeah.
international star.
Come on.
South
Yep.
Park did a whole episode on.
Mhm.
On
I
her
want
ass.
this and this
Yep.
one right here.
Right.
This
Facts.
one
Facts.
right here. I want that one.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's
They're
like
great.
to be put under a magnifying glass at that young of an age, it's gonna fuck
It's
that girl
expression.
up.
Dude,
It's pressure.
it's that, dude. You know, it's
That's
kind of like that
pressure.
same thing of dads trying to get
A lot of
their
people can't
sons to
take
be
that pressure.
great football stars. You know, it's that
Preach.
same, dude.
Mm.
It's that same situation. It's like, you know, just let your kid be who they want to be.
Knowing
know,
full
Right.
well,
Let them live their
Right.
own life.
yeah, knowing full well they don't have the physical ability to like go to the NFL. You'll push your kid.
Past limits that they can't do, and it's like, you know, you're breaking them, and they get into that lifestyle, and they just form that habit that they're always going to have to be pushed
Well,
to the
heck
next
yeah.
levels.
And there's a fine line there. You don't want to like convince your kid that they can't do something.
Well, yeah,
you know,
of course
but
you want to
you
urge your
gotta
kid
be-
on.
You got to be real. My dad
Yup.
was real
Come
with
on.
me at a young
Realistic.
age. He's like,
Honest as hell.
because I would talk about like, oh, I want to play for the Montana Grizzlies. It was my home team, or
Yeah.
hometown college team. I wanted to play for them when I was a little kid. My dad was honest with me. He was like, look, those guys are very, very good. I know it seems like you can just keep playing and you can just play for the Grizz because you live here. That's not how it is. You got to work really hard, and you're not that big. So you're going to have to work harder than most,
Okay,
and
yeah.
you're going to have to love it in order to do it. And he was
Yep.
honest with me about that shit. And it
Yep.
was like,
That's what helps
that's
you.
refreshing, man, because I
Don't you-
didn't have to worry about. I mean, I tried when I was a senior. I got hurt halfway through the year. Was wide
Right.
receiver. Broke my thumb catching a pass. That just tells
Gosh.
you I was not built to play
for
football.
that shit. Right.
Yeah.
Not for that shit.
Not a big guy.
Uh,
At my biggest,
been
I
a
was
heater.
like 170.
right.
So
right.
that's not very
See,
big. And I was
uh,
working out a lot and taking all these supplements, doing all this shit. I wasn't very big.
Still wasn't.
I was not
you
gonna
still
play
couldn't get-
at the
yeah,
next
still
level.
couldn't
No.
get it.
And I tried, put a highlight tape together and sent it to all these colleges. And then years later, you're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I was not that good. I'm sure that guy looked at that tape and laughed. And like, you're a little bit delusional, but you try, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was worth it, dude. It was
Try.
worth a shot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and if anything, dude, you did it. You know, you put that out there, dude, and you gave it your shot, and that was you actually doing it, and that's where you learned from it. You know,
It's funny to think that I ever thought I could play at the next level of football, but
yeah, I mean, yeah,
But you
do
find
can.
that
You
out
find
the
that-
hard way
yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
do.
Yeah.
Shit, You
Mhm.
just know what you can
Yeah,
and can't do. People be like, don't say you can't do it. You can do whatever. Fuck all that. I can't be an astronaut. Motherfucker, I could barely get on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I can't get on a roller coaster. I just was in the mountains and getting over my fear of being in the mountains. The fuck you think I'm going to the sky
The
for?
middle of space
the middle of fucking space.
where there's
Mhm.
nothing, or maybe anything.
I can't even
It's
be the
endless
guy.
stars.
What are they
and
called?
A planet.
They mess with the our cable lines. They deal with it. They have an actual name that they call them. That
Oh, like
they
a cable
just a
technician or
cable
something.
technician,
Yeah.
but the ones that actually go when you go into like countries and shit, and then you see extra just lines, and it's nowhere, middle nowhere, but you see
like
power lines.
The power line guys.
But you
yeah,
see the
the
power lines, and
electricians,
then you
yeah.
see the motherfuckers that's just dangling along the line, trying to do the. Do you not understand? You gotta have an amazing amount of courage and no fear of heights to do a job like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to
ain't
be
doing
up
no
there, I
shit
mean, if
like
any of
The
that.
somebody's
skyscraper window cleaners. You
Yeah,
got me
those
fucked
guys.
up.
And those
Yo, that
fucking
would be
pulley systems
yo,
break all the
yo,
time, and they'll be
oh
hanging
gosh.
off them. You're just
No.
like, oh,
No.
boy.
Oh my
No.
lord! I don't know how you do it.
Can't do
oh,
it.
There's
man.
some dudes that just hang
Refuse.
from a rope and a harness, and they just like shuttle up and down it like they're doing rock climbing, and I'm
Come
just
on.
like, oh my
I don't know
god.
how you do it.
No.
Yo, you gotta have a set of balls
The
on you,
wind
dude.
has to that high up. The wind probably like
It's gonna push you.
pushes
probably
them.
pulls you a
no,
Has
little.
no
to.
doubt. It definitely pushes
Oh
you.
my gosh,
It
yo.
pushes you.
Those
That'd be
guys
so
better get
sketch.
paid a lot.
Yo, they're better. I was wondering how
Yeah.
much they do. Shout out to one of those guys. Hopefully you
Yeah.
let us know how much you get paid.
Shout out to the dudes washing our windows.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
appreciate that.
Now, shout out to the
Awesome,
Supreme Court.
awesome.
Yeah, so yo, shout out to Supreme Court. You
Yeah,
know,
that's. I was
Bring-
confused about the whole thing. Clearly,
yeah,
but yeah, that makes sense. Like, God, it's tough. But yeah, your children shouldn't suffer consequences for the parents' actions.
definitely.
So,
Definitely.
and we have the resources to take care of a few kids.
No.
I
Shout out
think.
to supporting
Facts.
DACA. Yep.
Yeah.
So keep that
Yeah.
going.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Shout out to not doing massive amounts of meth or doing meth at all. I
Yeah.
mean, just don't do that. It's
And-
not bad.
and
It's not a good
everybody's-
thing to do.
Or shout out to meth being the #1 weight loss option.
Right?
You
You know,
hey,
that shit-
Angelica,
Weight
I
Watchers.
love the way you think.
You stupid. You funny.
Shit.
Hey, and shout out to the unity. I can see the world is getting better. You know, not
Yup.
even better per se. Like it's just everything's so great, but you have to realize it took for us to lose George, for everybody to wake the fuck up
Yo.
and see that there is a problem going on here.
Yeah.
Yo.
And it sucks, but everybody has their profit. Everybody has their purpose in this world.
Yeah.
Damn straight,
And
dude.
People don't feel like, oh yeah, it may be too soon. Forget that. George should still be here. George should still be here. Yes, he should be. But the fact that happened to him, look.
It brought us together, man. I think one of the most poignant things that happened with all of that, I was having a conversation with my dad, and he and I typically disagree, especially when it comes to law enforcement stuff like that, because he really respects the people that do that job, and I totally understand that. And
But
his
that's the people
perspective
doing their
is
job.
usually that most cops are good guys, and that's usually where his head goes with all
Yep.
that stuff. When this
Right.
stuff happened, he and I had a legit conversation, and he's like, "This shit needs to end," and he was the one to say it.
Come on.
Yep.
And it
Come on.
dude, it almost brought a tear to my eye because it's like
Because he
This shit
knows.
sucks.
that older generation is saying the same shit.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Cops need to stop killing citizens, and they really need to stop doing it in areas where there's more minorities.
It
Come on.
puts disrespect
Period.
on their name as
Come
holding
on.
the badge.
Yes.
They're like, I
Come
held
on.
that badge in honor to fight for the civility, to
Yes.
keep people safe.
Right.
And you're literally gonna sit here and kill people? I don't want to be on the same side.
You're
as
gonna
you.
lay on,
wanna be
you're
on your
gonna
side.
kneel on a dude's neck for 8 minutes and 46
Yeah.
seconds.
Yep.
Shout out to
Why?
Dave Chappelle's special on
Yep.
YouTube. Go check it out. It's
Yep.
life changing.
Shout out to all the cops that are
Dave Chappelle doesn't have a new special out right now.
Dude,
Yo.
go watch it. It's 20 minutes. It's barely even a
Greatness.
special. It's mostly just a rant, and it's one of the most powerful things
I
I've
love
seen
you,
in a
Dave
while.
Chappelle. I swear to God, bro. Man, Dave.
Shout out to Robert Morton. He just posted
you,
that
man.
video on Facebook. That's
That's my
actually
nigga, dog.
where I saw it, and he just said, "Thanks, Uncle Dave."
That's
Yo,
man, I
Thanks,
swear.
Uncle
Yo.
Dave.
Dave
Go watch
Chappelle
it.
is a,
Yeah,
As soon-
Dave
you know
Chappelle.
what?
my nigga,
I'll
bro.
put it on as soon as we get done here.
Yup.
It's 20 minutes.
on my mom.
Yup.
20 minutes.
Yup.
We got 20 minutes. We'll eat
We
some of
got
that monkey
20
bread.
minutes.
Yo,
We got monkey
let's
bread. That
do it.
Get this
motherfucking
shit
monkey
loaded
bread
up on
back.
We'll get
YouTube.
set.
Let's go.
But
Because
on that
we're
note,
live on
guys,
YouTube. Don't
Uh,
forget to rate, review, and
Yup.
subscribe
And
on all that
subscribe.
shit.
Yup.
I hope you enjoyed this
Enjoy
hour
it.
plus of
plus
just
of goodness.
Yup.
greatness.
Great.
We're back at
Run
it, dude. I got so much
Back
energy
at it.
just from
Just
having
run
all
it.
three of us back in
I'm
this
back.
fucking
I'm
studio.
Sorry, I
in
wasn't
here.
there Tuesday.
I
Dude.
feel like I could sprint up a mountain and punch a mountain goat.
Kick his ass with you.
Freaking ride him. I'm gonna ride that mountain goat.
Oh,
For
You
real.
can ride him
I'm
if
gonna
you
harness
want.
him.
I'm not riding that
I'll punch
motherfucker.
him.
I just kick him.
I'm gonna
Y'all gonna
punch
get
him.
knocked off the fucking mountain.
No, I'm gonna do it with love. I'm gonna punch him right in his cute little nose. And just come here, buddy. Bam. You'll know what I mean.
Real
Love
chick in
tap,
his
love
ass.
Tap, love
Yeah.
tap.
No love tap. I'm trying to Mike Tyson that motherfucker. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go right through that goddamn
Assertive
thing.
dominance.
Survival of the fittest, goddamn it.
Punch him off the mountain.
I'm gonna get a
Off
time
the
machine.
mountain. I'm gonna do some Hollywood
Like
shit. I'm
Goku.
gonna jump off that bitch with him. I'm gonna go punch the motherfucker off the mountain.
Get
Shout
a
out
time
to Wayne
machine.
Johnson
Go fucking
shit.
go get a time machine. Go punch a T-Rex in the face.
You feel me?
All right.
Ray Johnson.
So yeah, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.
Hey,
All the platforms you listen to this podcast. Oh, my windscreen's all fucked up now. Check out our Instagram at 420 somewhere pod. That's at 420 somewhere pod. Our YouTube channel is just It's 420 somewhere. The easiest way to search for that on YouTube is just to go to the YouTube page, search It's 420 somewhere, and then filter that to channels.
Boom.
So filter your search to like looking for a channel and not a video, and that'll make it so much easier to find
So much
us.
easier.
Again, I'll post links everywhere that we have our social media and all that good shit. But thank you guys for watching and for listening. We gotten a lot of good feedback on our first video. So
Awesome.
we're doing it, baby.
Let's
Dude,
get it.
let's get it, yo.
man.
We're doing
I
it.
love
We're getting it done, yo.
Yeah,
Hey, give us some
get in
ones,
there,
yo.
Nick.
Get us some
I
ones.
love you guys, and
Hey.
I love everybody listening. Thank you.
Hey,
Love y'all.
deuces,
Be
deuces.
good. Be safe.